Discover Ireland, brought to you by Tourism Ireland.
Mix the vast expanse of a Bailey's farm with the machines of the Guinness factory. Sound the harp, invite the leprechauns and sit back and enjoy your good luck. And there's only one place in the world you can get all this: Ireland. The third largest island in Europe, Ireland is located to the northwest of the continent, where to the east the Irish Sea separates the island from Great Britain, and to its west lies the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean. What I am calling Ireland is actually the island of Ireland, 5/6 of which is the sovereign state of the Republic of Ireland, while Northern Ireland makes up the remaining 6. There are just under 6 million people who inhabit the island of Ireland. And compare that to over 18 million people living in Mumbai alone. And you will believe me when I say it's a whole other world out there. Ten hours after leaving India, I landed in the capital of Northern Ireland, from where I was to begin my journey.
I'm starting my journey of the island of Ireland from Belfast City, the capital of Northern Ireland. What you see behind me is the City Hall, which gives you just a glimpse of the art and architecture of the city. It's also the place where the Titanic was built. More information on that a little later.
Situated on the eastern coast of Ireland, Belfast is the largest urban area in Northern Ireland and the second largest city on the island of Ireland. Since its establishment in 1921, it has been the scene of many sectarian conflicts between its Roman Catholic and Protestant populations. The most recent example of this, known as the Troubles, a civil conflict that raged between 1969 to the late 1990s. Although today the trouble in the city has ebbed, its famous political murals, inspired from the city's various historical watersheds, showcase much of the city's character and resilience.
There has been a lot of debate about what should be done with Belfast murals. Some consider them to be a harsh reminder of the country's past, whereas others think that they make for an integral part of Northern Ireland's history. Now, obviously, these make for a great outdoor open-air art gallery, so it's worth visiting as a tourist attraction. And more recently, the effort has been made to move away from more aggressive images to murals depicting local heroes and famous figures like Chronicles of Narnia's C.S. Lewis and the famous footballer George Best.
Since 2001, the city has seen the inflow of so many tourists that the City Council decided to develop certain areas as cultural quarters. The city's key cultural icon is St. Anne's Cathedral, located in the Cathedral Quarter. But I discovered some literary heritage there too. In front of the cathedral, I found the Writers' Square, where inscribed in stone are quotations from 27 deceased Northern Ireland authors. And it didn't take me long to find my favorite.
And that night there was a great feast in Care Parvel, and revelry and dancing, and gold flashed and wine flowed, and answering to music inside, but stranger, sweeter and more piercing, came the sound of the sea people. C.S. Lewis.
It was, however, my visit to the Titanic Quarter, where the ill-fated magnificent Titanic was built almost a century ago, that left me with goosebumps all over.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Welcome to Ballygally Castle.
Thank you so much. After the historic tour of Belfast, I'm here at Ballygally Castle, located an hour away from Belfast City. Now, apart from a fabulous location overlooking the Irish Sea, this hotel has a lot to offer, including some great ambience and a ghost room.
Built in 1625 by James Shaw of Scotland, Ballygally Castle is the only 17th century building still used as a residence in Northern Ireland. Overlooking the pristine beaches of Ballygally Bay, the castle today is a 4-star hotel run and owned by the Hastings Hotel Group. Reputed to be one of the most haunted places in the province, Ballygally's most elusive friendly ghost is the castle's former resident, Lady Isabel Shaw, who had been locked in her room and starved by her husband.
Lady Isabella was locked in this room, now called the ghost room, which is actually the top of a tower. And while trying to escape, she fell to her death. She's now called the friendly ghost of the hotel, and you might get to meet her in this room if you decide to stay at this hotel.
From 17th century ghosts to those of 2008. Coming up after the break is Halloween in all its glory and spirit. I was on my way to the walled city of Londonderry. One way to get there from Belfast is by taking the Coastal Causeway route. 80 miles of coastline dotted with fishing villages, quiet beaches, a castle and a UN heritage site. And this is exactly how I intended to travel.
We're taking the famous Coastal Causeway route to get from Belfast to Derry, and I'm falling short of words to describe just how beautiful this journey is.
The Giant's Causeway was declared a World Heritage Site in 1986. 40,000 columns of basalt, all in the shape of hexagons, and I stood amazed at the beauty of nature. While there is a scientific explanation to the formation, which coincidentally is also found off the shores of Scotland, it was the local Irish myth I heard that caught my fancy. Legend has it that the Irish giant Finn McCool built the causeway to reach his enemy Benandona in Scotland. When he saw the size of his adversary, Finn ran home and asked his wife to disguise him as a baby. When in search of Finn, Benandona reaches his home. He sees a very large infant and assumes that the alleged father must be rather gigantic indeed. He runs back to Scotland, tearing up the causeway so Finn won't be able to follow him. Man and nature come together in one heady symphony in this part of the world. The Carrick-Reid rope bridge and the ruins of the Dunluce Castle are just a few of the other slices of history marking this breathtaking landscape. I would have stayed here forever had time stopped moving. Unfortunately, I had to keep going if I wanted to reach Londonderry in time.
Tommy.
Hi, Topsy.
Tommy is going to be a tour guide here in the city of Derry, also called Londonderry. He's going to give us a brief history about the culture and the art life in the city, and also why it's called the Walled City. Apart from that, we're going to attend a big dance competition later in the afternoon. We're going to have a lot of Irish people performing, and finally we're going to end with the Halloween parade, and there's no better place than Derry to see and witness all people in all the costumes and grandeur for this festival. So why don't we start, Tommy?
By the Walled City.
By the Walled City.
Quite a contrast to Belfast, Derry seemed like a fairly laid-back town. Well, that's until you visit the walls of Derry. Completed in 1618, 26 feet high and 30 feet wide, the walls ironically were built to protect the city from Irish raiders in the 17th century. Today they offer a great view of the city, from the Guildhall in all its neo-Gothic beauty to the award-winning Tower Museum located just inside the city walls. All of it wrapped in history yet leaning towards modernity.
My vampire-dressed guide told me that this cannon is called Roaring Meg because it made the loudest noise out of all the cannons here during the siege of 1688. And so they named the cannon after a woman, and so she's christened now Roaring Meg. I think that's all we have time for right now.
The walls gained iconic status when in 1688 the city was going to surrender to King James' forces, but a group of apprentice boys took charge, blocked the gates and started the Siege of Derry. Ask historians and you'll probably also hear the city being called the Maiden City, because it is one of the few cities in Europe that never saw its walls breached. It was time now to experience the lighter side of Ireland's history, one that involves a lot of tapping, a lot of smiling and a lot of dressing up. Welcome to traditional Irish dancing. Popularized in 1994 by the world-famous show Riverdance, involving rapid leg movement while the body and arms are kept stationary. Lucky for me, Derry was hosting the annual Ulster Irish Dance competition that day, and what stood out was the popularity of this 3-century-old tradition among young Irish girls. I dare say though, there is something else that has this little town of Derry on the tourist map, and far from the walls it happens on the banks of the River Foyle. Preparation starts almost a year in advance. From the streets to museums to the City Hall, on the 31st of October every year, the quiet little town of Derry reveals its darker side. And no, you can't run away from it.
Night I was waiting for Halloween in Londonderry. I'm going to go inside, change into my costume as is the rest of my crew. So we'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. I bring evil tidings from the world of witches and wizards. Get ready to be very, very scared.
Halloween is an old Celtic festival that is said to have originated in Ireland, where adults and children alike dress up in scary costumes and attend many costume parties and events all day long. The banks of the Foyle Halloween Carnival in Derry is world famous for its parade.
They say at the end of the summer, souls roam the earth, and to keep them from coming back, bonfires are burnt, and that's why Halloween is celebrated. Well, I don't know about bonfires burning, but Halloween continues to remain a big deal in Londonderry, which is why we are, as you can see,
And every year, 20 to 40,000 residents and tourists take to the streets in their ghoulish avatars. Music, dance, fireworks and the parade. This was as close to Mardi Gras as I could get at such high altitude.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween! Coming up after the break, I turn into a shopaholic in Belfast.
So I'm back in Belfast, and the loud costumes of Halloween made me crave for something more normal in terms of the shopping experience. You know, maybe chic boutique, maybe, you know, regular clothes, but I needed to experience shopping in Belfast City. So I met a fashionista from the city, Kathy Martin, who was kind enough to show me around the two streets that you said I must visit, or anyone should visit when they want to shop in Belfast.
Very much so, yeah. Belfast has got a really fantastic array of shops, both really chic boutiques, designer stores, right through to the high street, and then really affordable fashion. So we're right here now in the Lisburn Road, which is called the Style Mile. It's about a mile-long road of independently owned boutiques with really quirky international designers, locally crafted product, and a really lovely mix.
Okay.
We're going to go here first. Let's have a look here, and then I'll take you to Victoria Square in the city centre.
Great, okay.
Let's go.
The rapidly changing city of Belfast is as historical as it is modern and offers a diverse range of places to eat, drink, shop and be merry. At the south of the city is Lisburn Road, dubbed as Belfast's very own Bond Street. And unlike the ever-changing weather in this city, the street has an easy laid-back atmosphere and a very boho European vibe. Home to big brand names, unique family-owned businesses and boutiques stocking goods from around the world, the high-end shopping at this part of town will leave even a seasoned shopaholic with quite a high.
So this is Honey, which is a fantastic, really girly boutique on the Lisburn Road. It's all about shoes, lingerie, jewellery and handbags, all the things that girls love.
And nothing more that a girl would want, right? With
Okay,
a girlfriend? Okay,
exactly. So there's some really cool things here, like especially shoes. Let's take a look. Okay, so that's really the very best of the high-end designer fashion on the Lisburn Road. But next, I think I'll take you to Victoria Square, where you can get everything from kids, you know, socks and shoes, right through to, you know, all the very best of the high street fashion. So let's go there.
Sounds good.
Okay. So here we are in Victoria Square. It's a massive, massive shopping area of
Especially the
Belfast.
dome, I think.
Yeah, so there's nothing really much square about it, to be honest, because it's actually quite circular. So it's a fantastic shopping area. There's so much to discover. I'm going to let you discover it yourself.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to go on and do some more shopping and styling.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Happy shopping.
Thanks.
Bye.
Victoria Square, which cost the city £400 million to build, is a shopping complex opened in the heart of the city in March 2008. Like supermalls around the world, Victoria Square has everything from designer stores to discount shops to restaurants, and now even a cinema to become a prime shopping destination in the city. And if, like me, you like to take your time to shop, you will find a few unique collectibles in the maze. Take a 5-minute walk from Victoria Square and you reach the magnificent City Hall, bustling with activity every hour of the day. You could spend the day checking out stores with fashion brands or art collectibles, or simply soak in the city at night from up in the sky.
I'm in the Belfast Wheel overlooking the beautiful city of Belfast, a must-do for anyone who comes to the city.
Ask an Irishman how he likes to spend his evening and he's guaranteed to point you in the direction of one of the 11,000 pubs in the country. Internationally famous as one of the most lively spots of any city, Irish pubs are coincidentally also considered family-friendly places, serving coffee, tea and soft drinks in the day. It was time I made my way to one, and no, I wasn't in the mood for soft beverages.
2 hours of shopping and a hot bath later, I'm ready to experience the nightlife here in Belfast. Now, the pubs in Northern Ireland are famous for everything from traditional Irish music to songs by Coldplay and Snow Patrol. So I'm right here in front of Robinson's Bar, which is right opposite a landmark hotel called Europa, so you can't really not find the place. And I'm here to check out some local beer, great Irish music, and obviously ready to stay warm.
Robinson's, The Apartment, Hatfields and the Crown Liquor Saloon are just some of the famous pubs in this bustling town. And when in Ireland, you gotta do what the Irish do. I gave up Carlsberg for the night and decided to go in for Northern Ireland's #1 lager, Hup. I wasn't disappointed. In fact, a couple of them down and I was dancing to my own tunes, as were the Irish. Here's our pick of place to overstay at. The Merchant Hotel, located in the Cathedral Quarter in Belfast, is grand on the outside and pampers you with its opulence inside. Rated a 5-star hotel, it boasts of classic Italian architecture, artworks on science, poetry, sculpture and music, and an overwhelming great room restaurant famous for its afternoon teas. For those who would rather leave indulgences for later in the night, you can order one of the world's most expensive drinks, the Mai Tai, priced at $1,410, and give your taste buds the royal treatment too. And for all this week it's the Merchant Hotel where you should be overstaying.
Discover Ireland, brought to you by Tourism Ireland.